Hello, and welcome to Tech Bytes IO. In this episode, we're going to talk about Elixir and Phoenix application development by introducing you to the Phoenix framework. We'll walk through the steps necessary to set up your first Phoenix application. So, what is Phoenix? Phoenix is a web framework for the Elixir programming language. Web frameworks allow for rapid application prototyping and rapid application development. If you are new to programming, web frameworks help you easily and quickly set up the scaffolding or file structure for your applications. If you've developed applications in the past and are familiar with Ruby on Rails or Python and Django, then this will fit nicely into your programming toolbox. Phoenix is similar to Rails and Django. But with all those tools out there, Ruby, Rails, Python, Django, why would I pick up Phoenix? Well, for one, I'm a firm believer in using the right tool for the job, and I'm a firm believer in continuous learning. It is beneficial in being a polyglot developer and understanding the various methods, tools, and solutions that you can create by exploring other languages. Phoenix is highly focused on performance and concurrency. These are two huge pluses for anyone building an application expecting a lot of traffic and running a lot of processes. Anyone building a public-facing application knows that this is extremely important. You can find the source code for the Phoenix framework on GitHub, and luckily, the Phoenix team maintains great documentation at phoenixframework.org. In this episode, we are going to focus on the basics of Phoenix. I will show you how to quickly and easily stand up the Phoenix framework. Even if you have never programmed anything before in your life, together we will get you on the way to building your application, building your first application, and standing up this Phoenix framework. We will be working from the command line or terminal in order to stand up the application. We will open it in the text editor. We will connect it to our PostgreSQL database. We will view it in our browser, and we will make quick text changes to it to show how the Phoenix server makes instant changes during development so you can see your progress while you code. But in order to do this, we must first make sure that we have all of our systems set up. Here are some basic prerequisites to make sure that you will be successful. You must have these installed on your system to make this work. If you do not have them, please pause this and take some time to ensure that you successfully install all the requirements and dependencies. Each of these sites have great documentation for installation and have made it rather easy to ensure that anyone can get up and running. I've provided links to the sites in the show notes. You can go up above and click the tab labeled Document. You can see that the prerequisites are listed and each is a hyperlink to take you to the appropriate site. Well, now that we have checked our introduction box and set our goals for this episode, let's dive in and get our first Phoenix framework up and running. Alright, so let's go ahead and work on building our first Phoenix app. So what you need to do is head off to your command line, your terminal, open up your prompt, and get ready to rock. So we're going to get this Phoenix application up and running. So we'll start by typing in mix Phoenix .new, and let's name this thing My App. So we're going to name the application My App. So Mix right here is a build tool for creating, compiling, managing dependencies, and testing Elixir projects. We're going to go ahead and hit enter, and as you can see, it is bringing down and creating our web application framework. Fetch and install dependencies. Why, yes, we do. We would like to do that. Thank you. So now we're going to bring in our, you can see that, as I stated earlier, Mix manages dependencies as well, and we're bringing those in. So we have right now we're running npm install as well as our node modules for brunch. This may take a little bit, so while you are doing this, just bear with. And something to take note is that, as you can see on the right hand of your screen, or if you're looking at this on your mobile device down below, you do have an area in which you can take notes and save notes while you're reviewing and taking this lesson in application development. Alright, now that we've completely completed our web framework, our Phoenix web framework for our Elixir application, you can see this is well designed and actually has the instructions on what to do next here at the end of the build of the framework. So just as it says, we're all set and run your Phoenix application. We can go into CD My App. We're going to do something first. We will go into CD My App, but I'm going to configure the database connection as well, because in case you have your Postgres, depending on how you have your PostgreSQL database set up, will determine on what you need to do next. So here I'm going to go ahead and open up the application inside of my text editor. So as we are bringing it up in Atom, we're going to go to under My App, go down to Configure, go to dev.exs, and bring up that file. So this is our development environment, and we're going to scroll down to the bottom, right here where it has Configure Your Database. So with this, just as you note in the show notes, you can follow along or see there. But I have set up for the training portion of TechBytes the password. Then I'm going to go ahead and make sure you save any changes that you have there. Go ahead and enter in any username or password configuration, any username and password specific to your Postgres database there. And then we will go back. Here I'm going to open up some more real estate, but you can see here it tells you before moving on, you can configure a database. It tells you just what to do, just what we did with going to config dev.exs, and then we will run mix ecto create. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and get some more real estate. And now we will go mix ecto.create. And it will begin to set up the adapter and compiling the files. So Ecto, that enables the application to have data storage. Ecto has adapters, Ecto has adapters available for things like PostgreSQL, MySQL, MS-SQL, SQLite, and MongoDB. Phoenix applications, they default to Ecto and PostgreSQL adapters. So once it is finished compiling, you can see it's bringing it up, and when you see Postgres, there we go, you know that we're hitting the bottom of the build. So it's compiling the files. It should finish it up there, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to run mix phoenix.server, and you'll see when we get to it, when it's finished, in order to bring our application to life. So there you can see the database for my app repo has already been created. It's created our application here. Oops, it's created our database connection. And we're going to do just what I said. We're going to take a look at this inside of our browser. I'm going to type in mix Phoenix server, and it will show that it'll connect us to localhost 4000. So there you go, the endpoint using Cowboy, localhost 4000. I'm going to open up Firefox to bring it to life, and there you can see Phoenix Framework. Welcome to Phoenix, a productive web framework that does not compromise speed and maintainability. And just for fun, to make some little changes here and to show you how it stays connected at all times, we're going to go down into the web, go down to templates, go to page, go to index, and you had seen it when I brought it up initially. We're going to type in Type in whatever you want here. Make sure you save. After you save, you can go back to your browser and you can see that it's automatically made the changes because it is always scanning, always paying attention to what is happening within your files. So congratulations, you have stood up your first Phoenix framework for your Elixir application.